أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وقدوتنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, first we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once again. Allah has granted us the tawfiq and selected us to perform a Maghrieb Salaah with Jama'ah in the Masjid. Alhamdulillah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us acceptance of our Salah. Allah make us of those who love the Masajid. As Allah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that Man alif al-Masjid alifahullah, that indeed the person who loves the house of Allah, Allah in return will love that person. So we ask Allah to grant us a special love for the Masajid, and whenever we hear the adhan, we should hasten towards the Masajid to perform it in Jama'ah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, this evening we continue with our tafsir lessons. And last week we've concluded Surah Al-Balad. And this evening we're starting Surah Al-Shams. And this is also a very famous surah. This is one of the surahs that we frequently recite in our salah. And as we've mentioned, like Sabbihis and all of those surahs, why is it so that it's frequently and famously recited in salah, especially our Isha salah, is because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised Mu'adh bin Jabal radiallahu anhu once. Mu'adh radiallahu anhu, he performed the salah and he lengthened the salah. He read Surah Al-Baqarah, some narration mentioned. And he continued very long with the salah. Some of the elderly people, they complained to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Sikh complained to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Rasulullah again spoke to Mu'adh bin Jabal radiallahu anhu and asked him, Ya Mu'adh, anta fattan? Are you causing problems for the people? Then don't you know that amongst the people who perform salah, who stand behind you, are those who are sick, those who are weak, those who are elderly? Instead of reading such long surahs, that is alone it is best when we are alone. But when we are leading others, rather read Sabbih Isma Rabbika al-A'la, Surah Al-Buruj, or rather read Wash-Shamsi wa-Duhaha, as advised by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why we find these, whatever masjid we go to, we'll find from amongst the famous surah being recited is Wash-Shamsi wa-Duhaha, because the length is moderate, it's not too long and not too short. It's easy for people, it doesn't make anything difficult for them. So that's why Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged it. And up till today we find the Imams and the Imam, they follow the Sunnah and the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like many of the other surah, especially in the 30th juz, and as we have discussed Surah Al-Balad, Allah takes an oath with certain things at the beginning of the surah. Allah starts off the surah exactly the same by taking certain oaths. And as we have mentioned, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He takes an oath, it is to remind and to signify and to remind us that what Allah is taking an oath with, it is something for us, it is worthy of reflection. It is something for us to take importance, something for us to take lesson over, something for us through it we will understand the greatness and the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the opening verses of Surah Al-Shams, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts of the surah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Wash-Shamsi wa-Duhaha. By the sun and the duha means the light. Allah takes an oath by the sun and the light that it provides. And duha, that's why we find Salatul Duha. This is the sun when after sunrise, that early morning sun, which lightens up the world. That suddenly from the darkness, suddenly we see how beautiful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows the sun and the light to come in. It gives light to the entire world as we see it. So Allah takes an oath, Wash-Shamsi wa-Duhaha. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Mufassirun mention, Allah swears by the sun in its daytime because the clear light of the sun is daytime. Wal-Qamari idha talaha, then Allah switches over from the sun, Allah switches over to again the moon. Wal-Qamari idha talaha, and the moon as it follows the sun. Like how the sun comes, the sun brings about the light at the time of sunset. As the light moves away, the moon follows the sun and the moon appears again. Perfectly proportioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And a reflection of the sun, as Mufassirun mentioned, the reflection on the sun shines upon the moon. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا. Some Mufassirun mention Qatada said that Talaha follows it, referring to the night of the Hilal, the full moon, especially the full moon, the crescent. When we look at the beautiful moon and how it lightens up the evening. وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا جَلَّاهَا. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks again about we have the duha as in the beginning. Allah spoke about the duha, which is the early morning sun. And then Allah refers, وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا جَلَّاهَا. This part of the day, by the day and is jallaha, meaning when the beauty of the day is more exposed, when the sun is even higher. Now everything is more beautified. And that's why the Mufassirun mentioned in the classical Arabic, this tajalla, they used to use this when, especially when the wives beautify themselves with their husband. They're beautiful in themselves, but now they put a little makeup on. Even today's time, the husband says, put some lipstick or put some eyeshadow to bring out the enhances the beauty. It enhances the beauty. So Allah says, when Nahari ida jallaha, as the sun rises up fully and it completely beautifies the day. And in this, the Mufassirun mentioned, and Allah wants us to take lesson from the sun and to see the ni'mah and the power of Allah, how Allah has created the sun. If we only look and we go and we search in the Google and ask and see the YouTube, how they discuss and how the people who study the sun, the things they mention about the sun, we can only say Subhanallah. The heat of the sun, that how the sun is a source of life, and how the sun is a source of energy. In today's time, we have the solar panels, which is completely taken from the sunlight. And how much benefit we derive from the sun. Even they mention that how when a person goes out and he gets some early sunlight, it creates and it brings about positive hormones. It brings about happiness and positiveness. So even the sun is a means of positive and bringing about a positive attitude in a person. And that's why they say they always you need a bit sunshine. En bietjie soms en bietjie dis bietjie son in sy lewe, as they say. So the sun, Allah's created for so many purposes. It brings about heat. When we are facing the cold and suddenly the sun comes out, we know how we enjoy the heat. How we enjoy the heat of the sun, which heats the body up. We see how beautifully the plant grows when the sunlight, how in this first, in the duha, when the morning sun hits the gardens, how beautifully the flowers come to life. So everything about the sun in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the night, complete opposite of the sun. In some scientists, they mention how the evening, when a person is evening, naturally it produces a hormone that relaxes the body. Imagine Allah's created this dunya in complete harmony, peace. Even those opposites, but imagine if there was only sunshine. When will a person have the desire to sleep? So Allah has created the daytime for us to go out, to give us energy, to give us life, to seek our livelihood, so that we can have the energy when night times come. Nighttime we can feel, now we become tired. And this is because how the effect of the evening is Allah has created it. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَخْشَى, by the night, as it yakhsha, meaning when it covers the sun, which takes place when the sun disappears and the horizon becomes dark. وَالسَّمَاءِ وَمَا بَنَاهَا, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, again by the heavens, and بَمَا بَنَاهَا, by the astonishment, by the one who has created it, or how it was created. Again, whenever Allah speaks in the Quran about the heavens and the stars and the moon and the sun, Allah wants us to realize the qudra and the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How Allah has created the thousands and millions of planets and stars, yet nothing keeps it there but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even though we see the stars, we see the moon, but there's no pillar keeping that moon. There's no pillar keeping that sun. Even though it is a million times bigger than this dunya. Allah has placed it a certain a distance from the earth, and the scientists mention if Allah to move it a little bit closer, we will completely, the entire world will burn. So Allah has placed everything in its perfect place. And through the creation of the heaven, there's just so many times in the Quran, أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءُ. Allah asked the mushrikun and those who disbelieve, do you think that what is more difficult for you to create? Not that it's difficult for Allah, but what is more intricate to create, you or the heavens? Look at the heavens, how Allah has created it. And the size of the heavens. Today, every day they find out something new about the solar planet, something new about the solar system, something new about whatever is in the heavens and the stars. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so many places in the Quran, and here again was samai wa ma banaha. Allah reminds us again about the heavens, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has erected it, wal ardi wa ma tuhaha, by the earth, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spread it out. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us a tawfiq, to make us of those that when we look at this beautiful creation of Allah, it is now end of the year, many of us will go for camp. We will spend the night outside under the sun. When you look at the sun, when you look at the moon, and when you look at the stars, it should remind us about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It should remind us about the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should engage in the dhikr of Allah when we see this beautiful creation, understanding the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we ask Allah to give us a tawfiq and understanding, to make us of those who will take lesson and reflect over the creation Allah has created. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah.